Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to In Between the Pages with James Lott Jr. I am James Lott Jr., the JLJ of JLJ Media. And I love bringing people who help write books and do things. But this one is close to heart to me because my friend Cesar Espino has his book series called You Can Overcome Anything. And he invited me. I was in the first book. And then he returned for the 10th book, which is here, Overcoming You Can Overcome Anything with Awareness. With awareness. And one of the other contributors is here with me also. My first time meeting her. I'm trying to see which picture she is on here. Oh, I see her. You're two away from me. So like I'm right there. You're like right there.
Oh,
Her name is Ashleigh Seay. Hi, Ashleigh.
hey, thanks for having me.
And here's her chapter. And her chapter is how words can impact your life, which I believe that completely. I love this chapter. I read the chapter. It was good. So first of all, how are you today?
I'm doing wonderful.
Good. Now, how'd you meet Cesar? How'd you come to even get this book series come into your orbit?
I actually met Caesar last August in Las Vegas. I went to my first turning point through the Marshall Silver, and I came back a second time, and then I just had more confidence or something at that point, and I was like, "Hey, I want to be in your book," and he said, "Okay, let's talk about it." And I was like, "Oh wow, that was easy. Now I got to work."
Now, have you ever thought about being a writer, or have
I
you?
have not.
Okay, okay,
So this was new for me, but now it's inspired us to do more with writing and publishing.
good. Okay, so I want people to know this. Like, for some people in this series, it really was just a kind of like, I want to do this and see what happens. Others, it was very much I've always wanted to do to know how to start. Caesar's good about getting people started. These
Oh, yes.
series are multiple people, so it's a good way to enter. These are bestsellers. The bestseller, guys, bestseller. It was a bestseller. So we're best-selling authors too. So congratulations, Ashleigh.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Um, okay, so you meet Caesar. You want to be in the book. How did you find the process of writing? Because you said you really did it before. So how did you find the process of writing?
Um, Ironically, I had no time because by the time I'd asked him, he said, I need it by Friday, and I wasn't gonna fly back home and be home until that Monday. So, so I literally got a computer. I went outside. I stuck my feet on the ground. I downloaded a water app, and I listened to water sounds, grounded myself, and I sat out there for I think about 6 hours in one of our shaded trees, and I knocked it out in one day. And then I just came back in, and then I had some friends read it with me, and they were like, okay, we'll change this and this. And then it just kind of morphed into what it is now. And then I had it to him by Friday morning. So it was quick.
Very
So
good.
yeah.
You said 30,000 words. Okay. That's all good.
Yeah, yeah,
It took
we
me a
got it.
day and a half to write mine because I didn't have any time either. I wrote one, then I said, okay, let me go back to it and finish it. Like it did kind of like in split. I did mine. How did you choose your topic?
I think that's what spoke to me and inspired me the most for my change within the year. So I was like, hands down, words is what's speaking to me because it was like everywhere I was going, someone was just like, you got to speak positive. And I was like, okay, I'm writing on words because this has changed my life.
So without giving people to read the book, people to go and read your chapter, but let's talk about words. For me, in the last couple, I used to also be a spelling bee champion, so I love words. A big word person, wordsmith as they call it back in the day. But I really do believe in what you say to yourself, what you
Mhm.
say out loud, what you say to others, what others say to you. Really does affect. And there's words I stopped saying, like perfection or perfect. I stopped saying those words. Minority, because nobody's minor. I stopped saying those words. Like it's funny, I started dropping certain words, and I
Yeah.
felt myself changing. So is that something like a similar thing for you too?
Yes. It was context of the words and tonality of the words. That's another big one. And yeah, I came back from the first turning point. I was like, I spoke to myself differently, and then it was just like things just started happening. And it was a beautiful process for me. I love it. I'm still on it because words is just this is a constant because no matter how much you develop, you still go around the people that are not as
Yes.
developed. And so you just have to understand where they're coming from and not let that mess up your bubble.
No, 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 I know. And so that's so true. It's funny how when you are educating yourself, when you are advancing, when you are educating, the folks around you start noticing was are they advancing too? Are they not advancing? Are they advancing at a pace than you are? Which is, fine. All these things are fine, but it's interesting to see around
Mhm.
you where
Yes.
people are at. And that's
Hmm.
another way to say it. Just everybody's at a different place, but
Oh, absolutely.
there's some folks who are also looking within and they're trying. So it's like those folks I like to be around because I don't care if we're at the same pace or not. But if I feel like you are trying to change your life too for the better, it
Hmm.
feels good. It's inspiring. It feels good.
Yes. And then if you speak enough around certain people, you'll notice them slowly changing. And I don't know if it's the way you speak, you change the vibration of your energy, but it was just like when I started changing, I only attracted the people that were where I was at. I don't know, it's crazy
Oh no, because
without going way out in left field here.
no, but I know, but I think there's something there where it's like when you start carrying yourself a certain way and you speak a certain way, people, I'm saying die off, and I'm not literally die off, but like they kind of just drop off.
Hmm. They do.
It kind of repels people. So I think it's like a almost a power that folks aren't ready to receive those words or be around those words. They're not with you as much anymore, and you're not with them as much anymore either. Isn't that
Hmm.
funny? I believe it. I totally believe it. So you
Yeah.
said I completely believe it. It's one of those things where it's the energy you're putting out. So I have friends who stop calling me because I would say, they go, what if I do this and it fails? I go, what if it succeeds? What if I do this? Well, what if we did? Like I always turn it around like that. They got on my nerves.
Hmm.
So they don't call me. Don't call me if you want me to let you stay and wallow and scare and fear. I'm like, do it, try it, do it, try it. And my other friends love it. Are like, I always call you because you made me do it. But I know others were like, they don't call me as much. I mean, they don't like me or anything. They don't call me as much. There's
Yeah.
because I'm that we're those mirrors that say, do it. Why are you this way? Why you like we're showing them. They don't want some people don't want to see it. I'm sure you found that.
Mhm.
I'm sure you found that in changing your words.
Oh, yes.
So what do you do for a living?
Like I said in the book, I transitioned a little over a year and a half ago from my W-2 in engineering, and I went full-time in real estate. I do our operations for our long-term and short-term rentals. I did get my agency license, so I do that on the side, but it was better when you close your own deals that you don't have to bring much to closing. So it's just another strategy to add to the tool belt through the investing journey. And then we were doing property management for short term. We still do, but I'm transitioning to help people more with the consulting because people call me for property management. I'm like, you'll make more money if you want to do it yourself. And then when we started out, people taught everything you need to do, but some people just are stuck in fear and don't know how to do it. So I'm like, well, there you go. I'll pay me. I'll do everything for you, tell you how to run your systems, and I'll hold your hand through the process. If someone had, I even said that when we first started, I'm like, I have all the free information in front of me, but if I could pay someone to do it, I'd let them do it. So I'm doing the consulting on the side with helping clients do that, and just hold your hand through the process. Sometimes you think you need somebody, but you really don't.
Yes,
So,
yes, yes.
mhm,
Well, buddy system, things like that. Some people need just another person to kind of
absolutely.
validation. That's okay. But so I'm sure words are very important. In all those fields, engineering,
Yeah.
property management, real estate. It is. I'm sure, isn't it?
Yeah. And we're still trying to grow our portfolio. So we send out more marketing. And then you talk to client. I mean, you talk to people that have their homes they want to sell, and they're all in different situations. So you just have to be able to relate to them and really just don't be mean. I mean, everybody's in a different situation in life. And a lot of times when I call, a lot of people, I'm really Southern talking. So I just lay it on and just keep on like, hey, what are you doing? How's your garden doing? Like just relate to people. I think we've lost that over time. And it's just like, just call and be genuine. That's all people want. Um, because people don't like sales, but at the end of the day, they want help. They want to be told kind of how to be helped.
No, I agree with you. But it goes in the wording. It goes in the whole wording thing.
Hmm.
I think, it's you're so right. We're in a world of lots of judgments, and folks
Hmm.
don't want to be judged. They already know what they did or didn't do or whatever. They already know it. They know the situation. They don't need you to go in there and go, oh, okay. So you
Hmm.
should have did this sooner. Like, just come
Yeah.
in, be friendly. Like I said, and we laugh, we chuckle, like, just be nice or whatever. But that is actually a tall order for a lot of people. It really is.
Yeah.
We've lost that too. It's like I always say people should be nice. Nice should be the norm. I always say that.
Hmm.
And it just isn't. So when you meet people who are
Yeah.
nice, oh, I love you. I'm like, you're nice, but you just don't always. You just don't. I mean, folks think sometimes ruling with fear is good, or or making themselves very elitist, gatekeepery. Where it's like I'm making up words, folks don't care, but they make it like just kind of like they make themselves bigger than so they make a divide between you and them. And it's like this should
Hmm.
be a divide where you're working with them to
Yeah.
sell their house or do this or whatever. I mean, there shouldn't be a divide, so to speak. You should be working together, right?
Yeah, because some people think it's a dead end. Like, hey, I've messed up. I haven't paid my mortgage. They're going to take it. But people send those threatening letters a lot before they actually take your home. So a lot of times it's like you don't have to lose everything. You can walk away with money. If you don't have a high mortgage, people like us can go in, pay it off, and pay you money. I mean, it can be a win. I like to make it a win-win for everybody.
I
So,
had someone do that at one of my houses actually a few years ago. So I wanted to unload a house, and that's what we did. And they paid it off, and I got some money out of it.
mhm.
But it's like people just don't either afraid to ask, they don't know. Folks don't tell them. And nobody, and no, I think no one wants. They think of salespeople or sales as smarmy, slick,
Mhm. Yeah.
trustworthy, but it really is the right people aren't. There's people who aren't doing that. It's like that isn't. They're not snake oil salesmen. It's like it's not. There's some out there, yes, but a lot of them
Mhm.
aren't actually. It's just trying to help you in whatever way it's supposed to be.
Yeah. I mean, because the system may come and take it. Well, they're not going to give you no option, just a paper on the door saying you need to vacate with you and your family if they have a family. So, working with investors, we can just do so much more stuff. Um, we can do more than what agents can do sometimes. So it's good to have investors out there that have the right heart in it and passion and still want to help people.
There are some out there. I know some are out there. Having this book out, you don't recommend anything with awareness. How's it feel? What's been some response from your people in your life with this book?
Um, the close friends that did read it with me, they absolutely loved it, and they were like, "Of course, this is you." They could read my personality in it. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. I didn't know what to expect, but this is the third podcast I've been on, just talking about it. Two with Cesar and one with you, and I love just promoting it. And I'm sitting here thinking, what else can I do with it? Can I talk to some local bookshops and sit there and sign books for people. I've had people reach out with a lot of love on Facebook and old friends that I haven't had a chance to talk to, but it's like, hey, where do I get a signed copy? So it's good to hear from old friends and that people that are just interested in supporting your life. That's just amazing.
I think we've sometimes we get a little jaded in life sometimes, but not every single person is writing books. Every single person is doing stuff. So when someone does it, sometimes we go, well, another person like, no, it's still an accomplishment. When someone
Mhm.
does something and we get it published and it looks like it's cute, looks good, it's great, it's people actually bought it. That's an accomplishment. That's a really big accomplishment, and not everyone is doing that. So it's good that people are recognizing, Ashley did this. This is great. You should feel proud of that. But you completed something. And that's
That's
always
true.
to me a big deal when you complete something. We all have 10,000 ideas, and there are folks who've never completed anything. You completed something.
Yeah. I was just talking to Caesar about gratitude. There's so many things we do, and we don't take the time to say, give yourself gratitude for that. You did something, you did something.
No, that's simple. You did something. I think
Yeah.
sometimes we get a little too nervous, like, well, I don't be self-centered or self-absorbed. I don't feel like I'm. But it's like, no, it's okay to congratulate yourself
Yeah.
on something that you worked hard on. It's okay to do that. I think sometimes.
Yeah, and I think that word, if you look up in the dictionary, it's to help oneself, but we attach a negative vocabulary to it. Or, well, it's not really vocabulary, it's the tonality. We're like, oh, they're selfish. And it's like, no, the actual definition is to help oneself. And I think we all need to love ourselves and help ourselves. So stop attaching negativity to
I
it.
agree. I tell them all the time. I said there are good ways of being selfish. There are good ways.
Yeah.
There are times you have to be selfish. The same thing with saying, like, you love the big saying out there, no is a positive word. Like, that's another one too. It's like, sometimes no is good.
Yeah.
Sometimes no is wonderful. I say sometimes no is a complete sentence. That's it. I said no, and that's it. But it can be a positive thing. And so I think, again, going back to your thing, word changing, words and stuff mattering. They said how you use a word, tonality, word, everything. It's all part of it.
I think that's the first step is in part of your mindset, your shift. Somebody spoke this weekend and they broke it into 4 quadrants, and there was like your mind, your body, relationships, and finance. And I think all that makes a wheel. And if one of them are out of whack, you don't have a wheel to go down the road. So you got to make sure everything is working together, and words affect the mindset. So I think that's the first thing in starting anything. Just get your mind right with whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I agree. I'm a coach myself, and so all my coaching always begins with coaching from within. It's always about you first. I
Hmm.
mean, it could be a media thing I'm teaching later or whatever. Like, before we even get to any of that,
Yeah.
let's get you centered. Let's get you, ready to go forward, because that's the hardest part. Getting started is the hardest part.
Yeah.
It's the hardest part.
Absolutely.
So, okay, you want to write some more books? Want to write some more stuff? What's going on for you after doing this? What are you thinking?
Well, I'm really excited. Kind of what I wrote in the book. I want to collaborate to do educational. So we want to write a book to help kids relate to real estate through certain things. So we want to do that. And then I talked to a lot of adults, and they're like, "Well, I want the book already because you've simplified it." And I was like, you know what? Maybe we should just make a very simplified book to teach real estate, because so many people, well, when you do it so long, you just like, I answered your question, but I know you've got a lot more. And they're like, yeah, I'm not following. You spoke too fast. And I was like, it's kind of hard to take all that and shove it into like one good thing. So
So funny. Well, sometimes we need things very simplified, like a
yes.
child, to understand. Because some things are just for us who are not in it. It may not come so easily for us to understand. So I
Yeah.
break it down for folks.
Hmm.
Here you go.
So we want to go more in the education, and just set a platform that can teach younger kids, and start them younger and learning this. Because I think once you hit a certain point of an adult, if you don't want to change, you'll invest in your child, and you want to invest in yourself. And so a lot of times I see that and I'm like, well, if you don't, as an adult, want to do it, then yeah, let's absolutely. I've had several people was like, would you teach my kid? And I'm like, I don't really have anything, but let's put something together. Yeah,
Come
let's do it.
together. Give them what they want, Ashleigh. Give them what they want.
I know. Are they full-time student? Because I need their full attention now.
I'm always like, if somebody tells me something, I can possibly make it happen, fill that niche. I'll do it. I'm like you. I'll do it. We'll figure
Yeah.
it a way. That's how I do that. We'll do that. I love that. You can overcome anything with awareness. It's book number 10. Is a #1 bestseller in many countries and many areas. And she's in here. It's Ashleigh Seay. She's in here. That's hers. You go to what page is this? Page like 88. Page 88. Go to her, read her story about words. Thank you, Ashleigh, for being on the show.
Oh, thank you.
Please tell me where they can find you for your business and stuff.
Absolutely. You can find me on Facebook.com/Ashleigh CRE.
I like that. All right. I can follow you. I think I'm following you like myself. So I'm gonna follow her too, folks. If I follow me, following her. That's
Absolutely.
exactly. I'm James Lott Jr. You can find me where all James Lott Juniors are everywhere, even on TikTok. Follow me there for all kinds of goodies. Thanks for actually watching and or listening. We have our listeners on a podcast, which you can find this podcast on any audio streaming service platform. But I'm on YouTube at JLJ Media. Like, subscribe, comment, rate. If you want to do business with her, let me know also. I can introduce If you're afraid to yourself, or comment below, I'll pass it on to her. So as we're conduits. We're here for all that too.
Love it.
Everyone, please take care of yourselves. Think about the words you use, and we'll see you next time.